Brought to you by the Every Dollar app. Start budgeting for free today.
I have a gold dredging operation that I'm part of, and I can expect to gain just about 24 to 35 ounces of gold this upcoming season. And that is, the operation is paid solely in the metal that we collect, and no cash or payroll is given. And I'm kind of curious on what would be the best way of selling that gold or capitalizing on that gold, because with the current gold price, that would be right around, from the very worst that we could do, on averages speaking, I could get around about $50 or so $1,000 with the current gold price.
So that's your pay for a year?
Not for a year. It's a 3-month operation.
Oh, okay.
So in January to April is. But
it's your pay for your job.
For the hours go, yeah. It's more of a kind of a partnership than it is a job necessarily.
Okay. All right. So some guys are going out dredging gold. You're going to get your cut. Yeah. And it's 50 grand. And it's 50 grand. Yeah.
Cut.
Well, you may know more about actually liquidating the raw gold than I would know, but what I would do is liquidate it. I'm going to turn it into money.
Okay.
I'm not holding it as an investment. I'm going to turn it into money and use that money to achieve my particular financial goals, which around here we would call baby steps.
Yeah, and I already have the $25,000 in for what emergency fund. Sorry.
Good.
I was just kind of curious.
Are you debt free?
I am debt free right now.
You own your house free and clear.
I don't have a house. I currently live in employee housing with my current employer in Dutch Harbor, and I would like to eventually get to the point where I'd have a duplex or a triplex or something of that nature. But current gold prices the property prices where I call home is a little bit more than I'd be able to save up for.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
Well, what would a duplex cost?
The current one I'm looking at right now is about $499.
Okay. All right. So take a few years of saving up to do that. What else do you do other than this?
I'm a commercial diver. I dive for gold, and I work for a company up here.
Yeah. So what's your income on that annually?
About $60 a year.
Okay. So your household income, so to speak, is 50 and 60, so 110. Does that sound right?
Just about.
Okay. Cool. All right. And you're a single guy with all your housing paid for, so you could save a ton of this and just start throwing it in good mutual funds and use those mutual funds to pay cash for a duplex later. So the danger of of your situation is that you and your buddies, your employers, are all very familiar with touching and owning and transacting in raw gold, because it's just part of your culture where you are, right? It's like everywhere. It's all around you.
Yeah, I mean,
and so the danger of that psychologically is it causes you to kind of normalize that where it's not normal anywhere else to do that, but it is right there in your world. And if it normalizes it, causes you not to look at it through the lens of an investment. Instead, it's just kind of part of your life. And so I'm going to step back and look at it as an investment and say, I don't want to do this as an investment. I would rather have my money in good mutual funds and let the volatility of the gold world not affect a young single diver in Alaska. I want you to go make a bunch of money and end up with a bunch of it instead of rolling the dice. And when you're playing with metals like gold, you're rolling the dice. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's definitely a gamble.
That's what I mean.
In the different ways that you can liquidate it. I mean, since it's 90% pure, it's not the kind of stuff you go buy at Costco necessarily.
No.
It's 90% gold, 7% silver.
Yep.
So it's a little bit different than what you go and liquidate at a jeweler or go and.
Yeah, so how do you sell the raw gold?
Yeah.
I don't know how to do that. How do you do it?
So there's a few different ways. The first way that a lot of people do, there's a company up here called GCR. I think I got that right. They'll take a small cut of it and they'll refine it. they'll give you a 50% check right off the bat, and then a couple weeks later, after everything is said and done, they give you a check of it, but that check is about 10% less than the actual value of it. So that digs in a little bit to it. The other way that I've been doing it, I will either go to somebody who wants to sell like a truck or something, and I'll buy the truck with the metal. I did that. That was pretty fun going off. Got my vehicle. And the last way is some people, especially those folks that do the Bering Sea Gold show, they will do what's called pay dirt bags. They take a little bit of gold, they take a handful of dirt and put it in a bag and sell it to people that think they want to be all cool and fun and be a prospector for a day. And that's one way I was kind of wondering if it would be smart to do that.
That's a business move. You're starting another business now. I'm not doing that. I'm just looking for a way. The first way sounds the most logical to me, is you're giving up a cut to turn it into money. It's that simple. And the only question I would have is there someone down in the lower 48 that you can jump on a plane that does the same thing that company does but gives you a better cut? Like, are they up because they're up there? Are they leaning into this?
In certain cases, yes. There's, New York's kind of one of the big places, but that's quite a large plane ticket to get over there, and that'd be cutting into the amount that you get back. But roughly, the GCR is kind of the one that you want to go with.
Okay.
Really, it's anywhere, depending on the purity.
It sounds the easiest, too.
From 5 to 10%.
Yeah, your option is you got a pile of rocks in the corner, or you go JCR and give up 10%, turn into cash. And so I'm going to turn it into cash. I'm going to turn it into cash. I like that. And I'm not getting in the dirtbag business. That's a different thing. Now it's a tourist thing, and you have a new business. And it's a business move. We're starting a small business in order to liquidate this stuff. And so that's probably not the way I'm going either. How interesting.
I know. Well, I was going to say.
First time I've gotten that call in 32 years.
He actually finds the gold.
Yeah. Never got the...
It's pretty cool, Don.
The cold water deep diver in Alaska dredging gold call. Now, Mike Rowe actually knows those guys. And so he's up there all the time. He's been out on those boats.
Yeah.
But, it's a different thing. Interesting.
Fun way to make some good money, too. 50 grand.
Yeah.
Well
pretty
done,
cool.
Don.
Honored to have you in our audience. Very neat what you're doing, Don. It's very adventurous. Create your free every dollar budget today. The simplest way to budget for your life.